Okay, so we're in the rambling section of the reading, where I go on about the drawing, etc., etc., etc. But one of the main things I want to mention is I loved the way these markers and this type of paper work together. As I finish the drawing, you'll be able to see how the way the light hits it, it gives it different ways to see it. So what that tells me is there are certain aspects of light that get lost within light itself. And we are being asked to not forget about those lights being there. In this case, by light, I mean knowledge, I mean experience, I mean acquired wisdom, acquired enlightenment. This structure, I'm going to call it tower right now. I know tower might be a sensitive word in the tarot circles, in the tarot scene. But yeah, it is a tower in the end. This to me is kind of like an observatory again, which is coming up a lot in my readings. Yet this one doesn't have a door, or it is not visible for us. I mean, it might be on the other side, but we don't know. From here, what this tells me is we're boarded up in a hermit mode, in a self-confinement of some sort. This may be stress, may be depression, may even be a vacation. But what it signifies to me is kind of a pause in our journey, where we are being asked to look out this window, which is looking to the past, and look at our journey in search for something we have learned along the way that we might be living, let's say, in our unconscious. Maybe we don't have it in our active conscious memory, and that may be a loss. So we'll dive within the cards to see what this kind of knowledge, or what it is, this past experience, this past learning process, even maybe, I don't know, maybe to go back through your notes, maybe actually go back through your actual notes of a recent or not so recent learning process. I was in the Spanish reading, I was given the example that maybe you want to be a football professional player, and because of that you're thinking, well, then why do I need to learn chemistry? I'm not going to be a chemist. I'm not going to work in a lab. I don't want to be a scientist. And why should I be interested in learning chemistry? Well, something within that experience of learning chemistry is providing some other knowledge that might be useful for your personal development, your personal life. You don't know what it is unless you actually bring it back into your mind. So let's dive into the cards and see what that might be about. Welcome again. This is me, and this is Hebrew Tarot. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune kept showing up in the bottom of the deck as I was going through the other reading. And it made me think of, that card is connected to the planet Jupiter, so it made me think of Jupiter right now being retrograde in the sign of Gemini, which is the sign of the student. So again, this may be about going back into one of our learning processes. I mean, it's going to be different for everyone since this is a general reading. But I don't know, if you actually have As I'm saying this, something may come to your mind about that learning process, or that, I don't know. Sorry, I went silent. I drifted off a little bit. Something may be important about, I don't know, maybe you just recently took a course, or as I'm saying this, you're thinking of a very specific subject of your, what you will in middle school and high school, where, I don't know, some specific notes are coming to mind right now. We have the Ten of Swords, which also came up in the Spanish reading as a reflection of, yeah, I see you, as well, as a significance of us opening up and giving ourselves a chance to be vulnerable, and how that actually impacted us, because we had some sort of a dream or something that we were leaving behind. Right now, I see this as what we're being asked to look out the window at is definitely pain related. I'm not saying to go through a painful experience, of course not. But I am talking about going through those memories, going through whatever that painful experience was, because we may be, and trust me, I know we don't want to reevaluate or relive trauma, but by looking into it, we may find exactly what it is that actually brought for us in our lives. And maybe the reason why we had to go through that, have the Sun, the Emperor, Four of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. So, this pain was about helping us out to step into our power, our Emperor energy, our Sun energy. See how this Emperor even has the Sun here in the back. But we're still, this pain is still aching. It still hurts, of course. And it's not allowing us to be in that vulnerable state, which makes sense. So, we need to we may be sitting in an energy where we are waiting for somebody to come along, another emperor to come along and save us, because we're afraid about, I am guessing this group, the painful experience they went through was some sort of a betrayal or some sort of feeling of abandonment by somebody that they identified as a protector or a provider. My heart goes out to you if this is your case. But what I can tell you is this idea of something crawling its way to harm you, this is all in your head. I'm not saying put your guard completely down if you're not feeling like to. That's one of the important things about this kind of processes. We can only do that when we feel ready to do it. It cannot be enforced. Of course, sometimes it is by external influences, let's say. But see how this is one of the very few actually bright cards in this deck, the Sun. All the rest of them are pretty dark. They are all night scenes or space scenes where everything is. You still have light sources there or a bright element somehow, but for the most part, it's dark, starry backgrounds. Pretty much light scenes. Sorry, night scenes. Light and night. There you go. So we're a little bit, we have been working on the rebirth and awakening. And we're fearful of maybe authority, something. We're afraid of going back into this rather darker energies, where people are maybe defensive and closed up, even working against us. But again, that is all in our head. We are to be stepping into a different energy now. Let's see, what is the knowledge that we are to find in our past experiences? Seven of Wands, Knight of Wands. Wow. The Justice card and the very same position. Okay, that completely aligns both readings in together. Okay. These two cards are about heroes in battle. And what this tells me is that these battles that you went through, that pain, that loss, that sacrifice, that negative environment that was really not cooperating with you, had the purpose to train you, to make you into a warrior. And this is what it gave you. It gave you the ability to see beyond sight, you know, to see beyond masks, beyond illusions, like the owl. Have the ability so that you can balance things out. See how there are I believe this is the earth and the sun. Maybe the divine and the mundane. The earthly and the heavenly. Oh, and I just realized this deck has the major arcana numbered as the Marseille Tarot. See, in here the Justice card is not number 11, it's number 8, which means that the Strength card is going to be number 11, which is the way they're numbered in the Marseille Tarot, as opposed to the Rider, where they're, you know, all the way around. So in this case, the 8 is also one of the meanings of number 8 is completion, is solidification, balance, of course. So that is what we have gained. We may be letting fear stop us from going on, from stepping out, because we don't feel protected. We feel still too vulnerable. We have the Page of Wands showing up in there, which is stepping out into the world with enthusiasm, with positivity, with the idea that things will... Whoa, there you go. What better message than the Hanged Man upside down, so no longer hanging. And again, a light source in the back. The Hanged Man on the reverse, to me represents two things, and both of them apply in this case. Number one is you have completed your enlightening process, this phase of it anyway, and you are ready to go out and share it with other people. The other one is being reluctant to leave this phase, which is again the inability to see that door, the 901s showing up, because we still feel hurt, we still feel like we haven't healed yet. But right now I think that is with this Seven of Swords, that is just our head feeding our fear because it doesn't want to get hurt again, which is very understandable, you know. Ace of Swords, again, mental clarity, the ability to fly. See all these birds here telling us that we are ready to step out, to take flight, and step back into the world. And the Two of Cups. Again, two birds that are actually still able to swim. I love this version of the card. Look at that. Two penguins, water birds. And this two cups in here, like one's upside down, like the Hangman, showing us that we're at the same time in both states. The introspection and the dealing with the outside. We won't be leaving the comfort of confinement behind. We won't be leaving that safety behind, because now we carry it with us. You take your time, how long you think it should take for you to feel ready to step outside and do this. But what this reading is telling me is know that you are. Okay? Go back through your notes. Maybe that's where you'll find that that piece of knowledge, of that piece of awareness that's going to let you feel comfortable on stepping outside. Go back through your recent experiences. Take notes. There's a key there that will unlock the door that you don't yet see to get out of this tower. All right? Thank you very much for your time. See you soon.